Hi everyone, welcome to the clinical histology world. We will divide this chapter into 3 parts, covering epithelium, characteristic features, and specialized structures. Today we will introduce the characteristic features of epithelial tissue. Here are the objectives of this section. First, we are going to list the principal functions and types of epithelial tissue. Second, we will state the characteristic features of epithelial tissues and explain the association of these features and functions. The last objectives will be to use the features of epithelial tissue to explain the key points of skin grafting. Let's first review the previous contents. There are 4 basic tissues in our body, including epithelial, connective, muscular, and nervous tissues. Connective tissue is characterized by cell-producing extracellular proteins, for example, collagen and fibronectin. Muscle tissue is composed of elongated cells specialized for contraction and movement. And nervous tissue consists of cells with long five processes specialized to receive, generate, and transmit nerve impulses. Lastly, we have epithelial tissue, our focus for today. Look at this picture. Can you identify which one is epithelial tissue? Is it A, B, or C? Okay, the answer is A. Did you get it right? But why is it A? How did you identify it? To answer this question, you need to know what are the unique features of epithelial tissues. The principal function of epithelial tissue includes the following: covering, lining, and protecting surfaces. For example, epidermis, the skin that covers our body. Absorption, for example, the intestinal or gut lining. Secretion, for example, sweat glands. Others, specific cells of certain epithelia may be contractile. For example, myoepithelial cells that act like muscles, or specialized sensory cells such as those of taste buds or olfactory epithelium for smell. According to function, epithelia can be divided into 2 main groups. First, covering or lining epithelia, and second, secretory ranged epithelium. This is a loose functional division, for we do have lining epithelia in which the cells also secrete. For example, the lining of the stomach, and lining epithelium with ranged cells, like mucous cells in the small intestine and trachea. Specialized epithelial cells are all categorized under the category of others in the last slide. They all have the following common features. The first one is avascular. The prefix A means no. Vascular is blood vessel, so it means there is no blood vessel in the epithelial tissue. This picture shows what the esophageal lining looks like. It contains stratified squamous epithelium. This protects the underlying tissues and prevents the entry of harmful substances. The second feature is that epithelial cells are arranged tightly with only a little intercellular substance stained in black, again offering protection to the underlying tissue. The last feature is polarity. What is polarity? Just like my skirt, it has its top and bottom, or as the cell model shows, regions of cuboidal or columnar cells that are situated next to each other form the lateral surfaces. Cell membranes here often have numerous folds which increase the area and functional capacity of that surface. The part of the cell next to the extracellular matrix and connective tissue is called the basal pore, and the top surface, usually facing a space, is the apical pore, with the two pores differing significantly in both structure and function. For example, growth factors are released from the basal surface, whereas growth factors receptors are located on the apical surface. So when the epithelium is injured, the lateral surfaces are damaged and growth factors can leak to the apical site and simulate growth and wound healing. Let me give you a clinical example. I was a doctor in the burn department 17 years ago. My daily work was to treat patients with skin loss. Skin grafting is often used to burn patients. Skin is removed from one area of the body and transplanted to another, for example, from the scalp as shown in this picture. The wound site is often much larger than the skin graft, so it is necessary to cut the graft into small pieces and try to cover more area of the wound. So, my question is, when you put the graft onto the wound, which side should be up? We will discuss this in the next lecture. So, to summarize, there are three features of epithelial tissue which could help us identify the epithelial tissue under the microscope. Try it. That's all. Thank you.